Henry starts the game off with an 87-yard run, and the Ravens never looked back. Almost 200 on the day for him. Caught a TD too. Lamar had 3 total touchdowns. Here's Kyle Hamilton.
I think it says a lot, but at the same time, we didn't win a Super Bowl today. So Bengals next week, division game, going on the road, big win for us today. But we got to move forward to next week, and it's only week 4, and we're trying to get to what we need to get to. We didn't get to last year, so we got a long road ahead of us. But I think we're on a good path.
Brew, did Baltimore prove they're the real deal?
Does this answer your question?
Well, that felt silly asking.
Does this answer your question? I have waited 4 weeks. 4 weeks. This was supposed to happen against the Chiefs. I've waited 4 weeks to put on the sunglasses, the Versace robe that I'm sure Nick wishes he never bought me, and of course, the Ravens-inspired Jordan 12s.
Yeah.
All right, and finally it is here because, yes, the Ravens are back. Yes, the Ravens are the real deal. And all of this means, Wilds, that the Ravens invited the Bills over to their house for a game of tackle football in the backyard. Winner got to gloat. Loser had to make lunch for the winner. And you know what that means.
What'd they make?
They made him a sandwich, some potato chips, and a soda pop.
We're back to normal-sized sandwich.
Yeah, thank God.
Soda pop.
This is early. It's only week 4.
Yeah.
So it's just a regular sandwich.
We're just, can I say,
What?
Who's going to eat that afterwards? These bits are now just becoming your day.
Right, and
I'm going to bring it home and eat it for dinner while I watch the game tonight.
I heard when I was walking upstairs today and Brew was in his cubby, I heard him being like, and make sure they tell them no mayo. And I'm like, wait, that doesn't matter for the bit. And it's just because it's how he wants the sandwich made. But that's
the best thing is I get these sneakers.
Fantastic.
I think Brew should get to enjoy this.
Of course.
Because you said 4 weeks, but and not being a smart aleck here, it's longer. Because you were ready for the purple Jordans.
Oh, gosh.
5 Ravens games ago, the AFC Championship game. And then you thought we were going to get it in week 1. Week 2, you wouldn't have broke it out because it was the Raiders. And then week 3, I know you were there crushing the Cowboys on the road. This would have made more sense.
Fell back a little bit.
And so it's not only that they beat a really good team, a team that some people foolishly had atop their facile power rankings, but I think everyone had in the top 3. But it's also, and I'll give it right back to you on this, Brew, they won playing the exact way you would prefer everyone play football. Tough-nosed defense, running the ball, and because of that, and because I'm happy for you, a rare banner that is not Chiefs related.
I don't trust it.
Oh, it is. The return of the back. With Derrick Henry and Chris Broussard. Because this is, when they signed Derrick Henry, this is what you saw coming. That they would just punch people in the mouth. And they did it really for the first time all year offensively and defensively, where they looked like you kind of, in your mind's eye, the Ravens defense is supposed to look. And they looked, to me, like they were last year, the clear-cut second-best team in the conference. And we'll talk Chiefs later, but like that, to me, the Bills had that title, and they whooped the Bills that badly that you have, even though the Bills have a better record, you have to now elevate, at least for the time being, the Ravens ahead of Baltimore.
Well, you and I talked about it off the air, after the first game when they lost to the Chiefs.
Yes.
And we said, these look like the 2 best teams in the league.
Yes.
Not just the AFC, but the league, and Baltimore starting to show that. Look, I thought I was surprised early in the season how bad the defense looked, because that's their culture. Like under John Harbaugh, they are, whoever the defensive coordinator is, they are always generally a top 10, top 5, top 3 defense. And yesterday they showed some signs really for the first time outside of the early quarters against the Cowboys. Offensively, I just say this to John Harbaugh and Todd Monken. Stay here. This is who you are. Run the football, whether it's the first quarter, the fourth quarter, whether it's the Bengals or the Chiefs, whether it's October or January or maybe February. Run the football, and Lamar's throwing it well. He's not throwing it a lot,
Right.
but his
20 times a
accuracy,
game.
I think the last two games, Dallas and Buffalo, 137 passer rating, like 77% completion. Like, he's putting it where it needs to be, and because they run it so much, and they got the best power runner in the league and the most dynamic runner in Lamar in the league, the pass is going to be there because you have to worry so much about the run. So, yeah, this is who they should be for the rest of the season, and obviously you're just getting ready if you match up with the Chiefs in the playoffs.
Derrick Henry by week. 46 against the Chiefs, 84 against the Raiders, 151 against the Cowboys, 199 against the Bills. The averages went from 3.5 yards a carry to 8.3. Most yards, most 20-yard runs. Tied for with 5 TDs. You were kind of a Derrick Henry skeptic.
Why don't you do the voice I heard you doing in your prep in the office?
Honestly,
Wilds prepares in a conference room right across from where I do my work, and because Wilds
there's a mirror in there.
Honestly, I don't know why
do it 'cause
Wilds
it
still
really
does
gets him
it,
mad.
but
And I
he
didn't.
goes through his whole script aloud.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Make
he's in
sure-
there by
to make
himself
sure
or
there's
someone,
not mistakes.
and every once in a while I hear him doing that like nerdy voice, and I'm like, oh, he's mocking me, but I'm hearing him practice the mock.
I'm just saying that.
Go ahead.
If you
do
think
do
that's
what
an
you
impression
did.
of you,
Okay.
then that's your own.
Okay, so what was it?
Oh, Derrick Henry. Well, when you look at the numbers from running backs that carried the ball that many times, you'll see a downward trajectory, Wilds. When you look at a guy who's 34 years old on the wrong side of 33.
Okay.
Instead, I tried to say you were a skeptic, and now he's being the old Derrick Henry. But do you think it's?
I mean, I'm nervous about any, as you can mock me all you want, 30-plus-year-old running back. Certainly someone with the tread on his tires. With that said, he ran 0.1 miles per hour slower on his touchdown than Xavier Worthy did on his. Xavier Worthy.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And so the next gen had it. Like Xavier was like 22.2 and he was 22.1, something like that. And so the other thing that's happening right now with Derrick Henry narratively is people, and I think this is a little too hyperbolic, but I get where they're going. They're saying, is Derrick Henry going to be the last running back to make the Hall of Fame? The idea being that no one else is going to have the longevity or the career. And I don't know, that's a better podcast discussion than TV discussion. But the reason I bring it up is he has been a historical outlier already. He might continue to be. And I don't want to rain on the Ravens' parade. I said going into the game, this was the game of the year in the NFL up to this point, and the Ravens made it not the game of the year because they took such great control early. If I were to say concerns about Baltimore, I don't have as much faith in their passing game or their passing defense as I think Brew does. And I think that a game like this that allows them to play on their terms and they stick to the script, they look like a juggernaut. You know what I mean? If it had gone a little differently early, I don't know. But Derrick Henry, that 87-yard touchdown should not have been an 87-yard touchdown for basically any other running back in the league. Like, you know what I mean? The size and the speed and his ability to maintain that speed all the way down the sideline was remarkable. And so, I mean, am I still a little worried about, when you look at the numbers and the 1,200 carry? I am. But
there have been, a lot of the great, Adrian Peterson, Eric Dickerson, Emmitt Smith. I'm going way back, Walter. But guys,
that's the category he's in.
Right,
and Adrian Peterson is the contemporary comp. And he, in his early 30s, like 33, I think, had like a 1,400-yard season. So it's not impossible, that's for sure.
Other side of the ball, the Bills, who never get blown out, got blown out. They had gone 43, lost by 6 or more. They lost by 25. Josh Allen completed 16 passes, no touchdowns. Here he is post-game.
Not everything was bad in this game. I don't want us to come away from this saying, we're the worst. And a lot to learn from. I'm glad this happened early in the season. So we can correct things. But make no mistake about it, they came out, like I said, with urgency, and they whipped our butt.
Okay. Did the Bills get exposed?
No, I don't think they got exposed. And I'll go, listen, I am more optimistic about this Bills team than I have been most Bills teams, and by most I mean any.